Hello everyone, my name's Cole and welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today we're going to look at 3 starships that I built in Minecraft about a year or so ago. I built them using creative mode and world edit, and the first one we're going to look at here is this it's a short range fighter merchant ship style guy, and it's modeled after a beetle, a scarab, with kind of its arms that kind of loop down in front. So this ship, as I mentioned, was built in creative mode, but I also did use world edit. The really cool thing about world edit is when you build something one time, you can use world edit to copy it, or you can use world edit to make multiple copies, or you can copy elements off of it. So on this ship over here, I really liked the fin design that I had there. So what I did is I used world edit to copy the top portion of the fin and put it on right here. Now, if I were to do this, like even just in creative mode, it would require a lot of like laying down a few blocks here, going over, flying back, making sure that they're lined up in the right spot, getting a few more, and then just keep going back and forth as you do that. And realistically, that's a lot of work if all you really want is to have a copy of the fin. And so a world edit is a great and easy way to copy elements from one thing to another, especially if your end goal is just to have something that fits in with your current design. So as I mentioned, this is a kind of a short-range fighter. This ship would be used for like merchants or like guns for hire, similar to the Serenity in the Firefly universe. It's a lot smaller, obviously, but it'd be the same style. Like this ship would have that same purpose. So when we come in here, we end up in the main cargo hold / engineering area. All of the engineering functions are controlled from this workstation console right back here. So input would be put in here and then displayed on this display up here. And then everything that's going on outside of the ship can be displayed up on that area right there. There's just a small reactor in this ship right here. Nothing too fancy about it. And honestly, I'm not a huge fan of this reactor design. I may come back and redo it, but this is what I have here for right now. And then I've got a few chests around for cargo, for holding resources if this were to be in a survival world. Up here, we've got a few little seating areas. So if clients were being transported from planet to planet or across the solar system or whatever, they would be seated in here. There's also a conference table. This is where people would discuss the mission or hold meetings. It is a conference room, or eat their meals. Over in here is the crew quarters, just 3 bunks. So this ship has a crew complement of 3. If they were going to be transporting passengers, and perhaps this area could be reconfigured for passenger bunks. Up here is the cockpit. Not really. It's kind of a bridge because it's not like a small confined area because it is kind of open. But either way, this is where the navigator sits and pilots the ship. All right, so we're going to go up and look at 2 other ships. These other 2 ships were also built in the same time frame, about a year or so ago, year and a half. And what I did is I built this first ship here, and then using the same process that I showed in my last video, I made a copy of this ship over here, and then used World Edit to change the colors from brown and red to yellow and purple. So we'll go ahead and go into this first ship here in just a second. This is a short-range fighter ship. Or a short-range crew transport ship. So it's designed to transport foot soldiers from a mothership in orbit down to a planet surface for a ground assault. So it's got very light armaments, 2 forward-facing laser cannons, and that's about it. And then inside here, this is where all of the foot soldiers will sit. So it's not designed for comfort. It's designed for like a 20-minute trip from orbit down to the surface to start the ground assault. So these 2 consoles right here, this is where information can be displayed about the upcoming mission. So while they're being transported, they can get briefed on what they need to do. Back in here, we have the reactor area. Nothing too fancy about this area, controlled from this console right here. And then the cockpit is up at the front, and this area is manned by 2 individuals. We have the navigator here at the back, and then the pilot up at the front right here. All right, so we'll head over to the other ship. As I mentioned, I used World Edit to make a copy of them, and what I didn't do is on this ship, I didn't put in the entryway. So on this ship, the entryway would be right in here. Sometimes when I build a ship, I don't put an entryway in because I prefer the ship to be configured as if it were in flight. Because if with the entryway here, these two seats would need to be removed, and I felt that overall the build just looked better by having the seats here as opposed to the entryway. So this is a luxury transport craft. So this would be designed to transport people for a maximum 1 or 2 day journey across the solar system or what have you. So we've got a couple seating areas right here. We've got 2 private bunk areas with a little seating area and a bed. And we got another one right in here. There is a kitchen with a professional chef, and then the meals can be taken in this little private seating area or even up over in here. The reactor room, as you can see, is the exact same as it is on the troop transport ship, and then the cockpit is also the same as well, with the navigator back here and then the main pilot up at the front. All right, so let's get out of here. So this is the really cool thing about World Edit. I like building in creative mode, but if I ever want to make an exact copy of a ship and then just change out the inside, so like change its purpose, so from a short range troop transport ship to a bit longer range luxury transport ship, you can do that. It only took about 20 minutes with World Edit to build this ship. And then, but if I had did it in creative mode, it probably would have been about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And then to copy this ship from here to here, probably would have basically be like building another ship. And there's no guarantee that I'd be able to get it exactly, make it exactly the same. So that's what I really do like about World Edit. So we're going to get back to our building series. I'm actually planning on building another large ship like this one right here. As you can see, I've had this ship here. I've been working on it on and off for about 3 years. But unfortunately, about a year ago when Minecraft was updated from... upgraded from 1.12 to 1.13, tools like World Edit and MC Edit didn't get updated because of all of those changes. They're still working on it. So this project's kind of been put on hold, but what I recently did for the Let's Build series is just start a new flat 1.12 world that I can use World Edit in. So I'm going to... basically, I'm going to be planning this another large build ship like this one in that series, and I'll take you through kind of every step of the way. So the first episode, we may not do a whole lot of actual building. I'll just probably take you through my process of how I plan these style builds. So anyway, I hope you like what you see, and thanks for watching. Bye now.